Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another video. So these battles are battles that I did in the Halloween Cup. And, I only did this team for a couple of sets, and I did well with it. I had a 4-1, which I'm showing you today. And I also had a 3-2, but the 3-2 I had, the two games I lost, I was using a different team. So keep that in mind. And, yeah, I mean, it took a few sets to figure out the Halloween Cup, but this team worked really well for me. You know, I've been bouncing back and forth in the 2800s. I'm still not legend. I thought I was going to get it during Go Battle Weekend, but here we are. It's funny. I was actually talking to the chat, was it yesterday? A couple nights ago. I was like, when would I start to get nervous about actually not hitting legend? Or concerned, I guess. I guess maybe in the final month, in this case November, maybe halfway through, maybe a couple weeks in, is when I would be like, oh, well, you know what? I'm not there yet. I don't know. Maybe this is not going to happen. We'll see. But I'm not worried about it right now. I'm pretty confident I'll still get there. We still have plenty of time, right? So, with that all being said, good luck on all of your climbs. But the team is going to be Golurk with Zwilius and Toxapex. So Toxapex is so amazing in this meta, as I'm sure you all know. Zwilius, any Dragon Breath or Dragon Tail user, Guzzlord, Dragalge, all really good. They just need to avoid fairy types like Carbink, and then Golurk with that Mud Slap. If you happen to have the Shadow one, I would recommend that. Yeah, you're more frail as the Shadow, but at the end of the day, you know, Golurk is frail anyway. I just don't have a Shadow one. Even a bad IV one, I just don't have it. So I cannot use that. But I think I rambled on long enough. Let's go ahead and dive right into these battles. So hopefully everyone's doing well today. We'll see how we do. Picking up a really, really good matchup. They actually switch into Zwilius, so I'm going to switch into my Zwilius. I know I'm going to be able to win this matchup. I just have to commit a shield because I did throw a Mud Slap or two into their Zwilius before I switched out. So I'm going to be able to farm all the way down barely before they get to another attack. Now, if the Queen comes in, I'm going to be able to throw an attack. And I'm assuming the Queen is going to come in. And the Queen does come in. I throw the Dark Pulse. I think I could have gotten away with 2 Body Slams, but I do throw the Dark Pulse, and it does do a lot of damage. Yeah, I can't make another one. That's okay. So I do get it low. Probably shouldn't have waited out the switch timer, just so I could go for the Mud Slap down. I'm going to be able to go for it anyway. I do decide to commit the shield. I figured, well, I can go ahead and shield this. Unfortunately, it's a Poison Fang, and have so much health. Both my Pokemon, right? The Golurk is healthy, the Toxapex is healthy as well, and it's actually an Alola Ninetales. So yeah, I'm going to be able to easily take this game. Because I know they have Psyshock, but Psyshock is not even going to threaten a KO at all. So I could just simply Poison Jab all the way down. Psyshock, you're not even going to threaten a KO, and my opponent will concede. Good game, well played. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. We have the Golurk into the Umbreon. So this is one of the reasons why I have Dynamic Punch, mainly for the Dark types over Earth Power. I feel like the Mud Slap covers, any ground types or any ground damage that you want to do, so you don't need the Earth Power. But either way, still a bad matchup for me, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out and throw this attack right now. And yeah, I mean, obviously they wanted to chip and dip so they could make sure that Toxapex wins this matchup. Makes sense, right? So yeah, I'm not going to be able to win this matchup because that's what they did. Instead of immediately coming in to the Toxapex, makes sense. So I'm going to be able to throw another attack, Sludge Wave into their Toxapex. Can I make it do another one? They do throw an attack, but I think they throw a Brine, which is actually not going to be enough to KO me. No, they actually throw Sludge Wave, never mind. That still doesn't KO me. And I do get off my Brine as well. I undercharge it a little bit. I wanted to, ideally I would have liked to farm down before they get to an attack. Oh, I actually do, never mind. I actually do. So in comes Umbreon. I'm hoping to catch him by surprise with this Dynamic Punch. I'm going to go ahead and commit the shield. And it's going to be foul play, makes sense. So I do throw the Dynamic Punch. And they do go ahead and shield. I guess in hindsight I could have baited here and maybe got off another Dynamic Punch, but I didn't do that. And now unfortunately they do have a Carbink in the back. So yeah, there's no winning this game. I stayed in to see if maybe I could do enough damage with Dark Pulse, Body Slam, but these are all resisted, right? So it's not going to be enough damage. And I'm gonna be able to get off a Body Slam here, but again, I'm trying to think in my mind if there's any possible win condition here. I still have a healthy Golurk, but they still have a shield. So I think I do eventually decide to back out. But I do go ahead and throw another Dark Pulse right now. But this Club Ink has nothing to be concerned about. It doesn't have the shield, and it can farm me all the way down. So that's the problem with Dragon Breath or Dragon Tail uses Dragon types in general. Club Ink has a field day, but you need to avoid those Pokemon, right? Good game. Okay, picking up a good matchup for me. They're going to go ahead and switch. This is another good matchup, so I'm staying in for right now. But I'm going to go ahead and shield. They did charge up for the crunch. If it's Aqua Tail, I'm going to switch out. And it is, in fact, Aqua Tail. So I'm actually going to go ahead and switch out into my Zweilius. I do resist all these attacks. I just wanted to make sure they didn't have Sludge Bomb. I guess if they threw the crunch, I could have Mud Slapped them down. But they did not. So either way, that works out. Out comes the Toxic Crooks. I'm going to be able to get off a Body Slam. Can I make it to another Body Slam, though? That is ideal. If I can, no, I cannot. But that's okay. I think do I shield this or do I let this one go? I let this one go. Okay, it's my I guess I wanted to see how much it would do, and it's Mandibuzz in the back, so I'm glad I did that because Golurk really doesn't have much play against Mandibuzz, right? Although Dynamic Punch is neutral, which is pretty good. Alright, here we go. A long drawn out match. But that is okay. I'm glad I got the shield with Dynamic Punch. I guess well the damage would have been nice as well. So either way, I'm going to go ahead and throw my Sludge Bomb into the Mandibuzz, see what my opponent decides to do here. And they do actually commit the shield. That shield makes sense just because they know they don't really need shields against the Golurk with the Mandibuzz. And they figured they would shield the heavier hitting attack. They assumed I probably would go for Sludge Wave, which is true. But they actually make an attempted catch, which gives me more energy. If they caught that, that wouldn't have been good for me. But luckily they did not. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Brine. And now I want to go for a Sludge Wave. So I'm going to go ahead and commit the shield right now. My opponent will not be able to make it to another attack before I make it to my Sludge Wave. And this is going to be enough to KO the Mandibuzz. And Mandibuzz is such a tank, but it still is enough to KO. So is Toxapex. Good game, good game. I'm moving on Golurk into Swallow. Okay, picking up a pretty good matchup. The only thing is... this is why I'm saying, like, I would still prefer the Shadow. Because the thing is, like, Ice Beam would KO you, but it's still going to KO the regular Golurk as well. And if it didn't, it would come near close. Like, maybe I would live that, but it would be tight, right? Whereas, if you're the Shadow, you're just doing more damage. I probably could have Mud Slapped down, to be honest. But we actually do pick up a shield, which is nice. So what I could do here is shield this Ice Beam, and now I can Mud Slap down. So I just get a little bit of more energy. But out comes Greninja. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Dynamic Punch. Could have baited here because they do shield, and it was kind of a predictable shield, but yeah, I figured it wasn't worth it because I could bring in Zweilius now, and we do resist all the attacks coming in from this Greninja, which is really nice for me. Hydro Cannon still does a lot, but we do resist it. Greninja is really powerful, but it is really frail, so this Body Slam will be enough to pick up the knockout. Okay. Do I make it to an attack? I do make it to an attack. I threw in bad timing there. I wasn't sure. They just got to their move, and I wasn't sure if they were going to throw the attack immediately. So I wanted to get it off before. I wanted to get off before they threw an attack, but that's okay. Because Golurk resists all of Charjabug's attacks unless if it has Crunch. And I haven't battled one that had Crunch yet. It is a possibility, but I haven't seen one yet. X is coming out. Still does a tremendous amount because of how frail Golurk is. They actually sniped me with Swallow, which is a good play. But Toxapex is going to be able to close up this game. And that is a good game. Well played to my opponent there. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Golurk into Charjabug. Great matchup. Again, you do have to watch out for the Crunch. Azu coming in, going to bring in my Toxapex. So, this team is ABA weak to Azu, but if Azu is in the lead, you have to stay in with the Golurk. You can still do some damage, right? Mud Slaps are adding up and everything, but it is rough. Anyway, I think I just committed to the hard farm down. What I could have done was thrown like a Sludge Wave and undercharged it significantly. I guess I could have done that, but at the end of the day, I kind of wanted to be low anyway for the Charjabug, so it wouldn't get a lot of farm. So that's why I decided to just take all this damage. I know it's not going to KO me, it's not going to threaten a KO, and I could just Poison Jab all the way down, going way above 100 energy. Imagine if you could hold more than 100 energy, that would be wild. But I do go ahead and throw this Sludge Wave, and they do actually commit that shield. And okay, good catch by my opponent. They catch on Scizor. Really good catch there, but that should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Zweilous because I figured the Golurk is going to just wall that Charger Bug, or at least most. What am I trying to say here? Generally speaking, it will wall it. Unless if it has Crunch, and even the X's, I guess, are adding up. But my opponent does concede that. We were looking really good anyway, because we could have invested Shield at that point into the Golurk, right? And they probably didn't have Crunch. Anyway, that's going to be that 4-1 there. So very nice. As I said, I've been bouncing back and forth in the 2800s. I got into the 2900s once and then dropped, so I'm low 28s right now. Still not a bad spot to be in. I guess Legend obviously happening a little bit later than it usually does, which is okay. It's not a big deal. I'm still confident I'll get there. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.